Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another single-player series. It's been definitely a while since I've made one of these, so I figured since it's October, being almost the Halloween time, I might as well start up something new and create something cool. So, yeah, I've already kind of gone ahead here. We're on the Sitka Passage logging map. I've gone ahead and already brought some equipment out here because I know how boring it is to watch low bedding stuff all day. So we have the new the ZX grapple loader, which is an amazing grapple loader for doing all types of logs. We got the high top processor here for getting that nice above view. We have the little line skidder here, which will be nice for pulling stuff out. And we got our little funny buddy chipper here for carving up all our stuff when we're done. And we got the 909 buncher. So, yeah, I was just going to start kind of doing some more single-player stuff for a little while, because I haven't really had a chance to play the game very much. Been doing lots of modding and stuff, so, yeah. I'm going to get in here and chop down some of these freakishly large trees. I haven't actually tried cutting down the big tree since I've updated the map, so this could be an interesting adventure, but we're going to give it a shot anyway, so. Yeah, might as well just fire things right up here. Okay. One step at a time here. So yeah, it's oh, I better turn on my actual pedals here. There we go. Now we can actually drive around. So yeah, it's definitely been a while since I've actually just sat down and played the game, so I figured might as well have some fun and give her a shot. It's been a pretty rough month in September. I spent most of it in the hospital with a ruptured appendix, which was not a good time to say the least, but we're just kind of in recovery mode now, so we get to kind of sit around and mod and play video games until they give me the orders to go back to work, so that'll be good. I'm not usually the kind of guy to like to sit around, I like to work, so it's kind of annoying to say the least, to have to sit around and be a lazy bum, but it's giving me some time to do lots of modding and stuff as well, so that's kind of fun. I do enjoy some good modding. So we're just gonna kind of chop away here. Make some nice little piles over here that we can start processing right off the bat. Since we're not really that deep in the woods, we don't have to start skidding, which is kind of nice. We can just kind of build our own little piles. I see I'm getting a little bit of frame rate stutter, little jitters here and there, but I think that's just because I just updated my recording software for for doing all my video recording and stuff, and it's kind of acting up a little bit, so I'm gonna have to look into that, but for the time being, it's still doable. It's not too horrible, so we're just gonna kind of keep it rolling here. See if we can get a couple trees here. There we go. Oh, easy boy. Whoop. Trees are kind of heavy. So yeah, after finally getting out of the hospital, I was able to start modding kind of after the fact, and I've gotten a couple new projects on the way. I've got one new machine that's pretty awesome. That's that new, I guess I called it the riser dangle loader because the cab lifts right up. It's very similar to the LeBaire that we use at the mill. It's got a cab that lifts up and a big scooper on it. It's actually the first dangle loader that I've made that actually works really well, so I'm kind of happy with that. Hopefully that will be able to serve its purpose well enough there. I'm gonna save these giant trees for later because I don't really feel like screwing with them right yet. these trees are so heavy. I'm wondering... I'm wondering if this is the map I didn't update for the light trees. Should probably look into that. I might do that after we record this little half-hour video. Because these trees are seeming very, very heavy for what I'm doing here. I don't remember them being quite as heavy, so I'm thinking maybe I didn't update this map yet with the new trees, but that's an easy fix. I can just go in and update all those variables after this video, and then I'll come back and I'll have all these nice light trees. So, because what I did in the on the other maps there is I went in and I basically lowered the weight of the trees in order to get a much better stability for the trees, so that you can pick them up a lot better and there's less glitchiness. So, but that was a lot of work doing all those, so I may have missed this map. I just didn't really think about it till now. But maybe not. Maybe these are just bigger trees than what I'm used to on the other maps. I don't know. Either way, we're gonna find out one way or another. So, but for the meantime, might as well just keep cutting them down here. So today is October 2nd. It's the day I'm recording this. This video probably won't be out until, I don't know, I'm thinking around the middle of October, or maybe kind of towards the end of October, once I get a few of these videos recorded. That way I'll have a nice good collection of them, so that I start the series, I'm not just like, oh god, I have to make another video, oh god, I have to make another video. I like to have a nice pile of the videos kind of all together, so that I can keep a nice stream of the videos coming out. And I got lots in the multiplayer series still, so that'll be good. I think I'm just gonna start piling them out here now, because we're kind of getting a little ways to back up all the time. Right there. So yeah, it was weird. Like I said, after you go in the hospital for a month, you kind of like, everything's a little funky coming out. So it was really weird to get back into playing with these machines again, because I hadn't done it. But I mean, it was like riding a bike, you know, you don't really forget. All the muscle memory's still there. I remember all the controls and all that fun stuff, so. Man, it was like, holy crap, this is so weird playing this again now. This one's gonna be a little tricky. There we go. But yeah, that was a shitty ordeal, man. My advice is, if you ever have a doctor tell you your appendix is inflamed, you tell them to remove it right away. Because mine, they tried to treat it with like antibiotics to keep it, to kind of make it inflammation go down so it wouldn't have any problems, and then we ended up waiting too long and it ruptured, which caused everything to get infected in my stomach, and this long, painful, horrid nightmare of a process. So yeah, it wasn't a good time. I highly recommend that you just get it removed if you ever have that problem. Don't take the doctor's advice. Do not sit on it for 3 days. Just, nope, I don't need an appendix. Pop her out of there. But I'll tell you, it's sure good to be home. That's a... tell you, if it wasn't the surgeries that were killing me, it was definitely the hospital food that was the murderous part of things, for sure. I don't know if you've had the chance to be in the hospital long enough to eat their food, but you do not get better on hospital food, that's for sure. But I am greatly happy to be in Canada, where it didn't, all the surgeries and all the stay and all that stuff, you know, doesn't cost me anything. I mean, we pay monthly for our health benefits, but I mean, what is that, like $75 a month or something we pay, which is nothing. And you know, those surgeries, probably if I was in the States or in some kind of private healthcare, the surgeries and the stay and the you know, all the antibiotics and stuff, it probably would have cost, like, you know, would have been $500,000 in fucking debt by now. So God bless Canada for its medical stuff, because that's a pretty good thing to have, for sure. Alright, let's get this little patch out of here. I don't know what I'm doing in the bush here. I don't know whether I want to go up this hill or just kind of wrap around the bottom for a while. I haven't quite decided. All I know is these trees feel retardedly heavy, so something's up there. Can almost guarantee something is up there for sure. But we're just gonna kind of keep nipping away at them here and see where we end up. Might also, after this video, screw with my settings a little bit to see if I can bring down this little tiny bit of stutter I'm getting. It's not like really bad, it's just noticeable when I turn the cab once in a while I get this little kind of a jittery, stuttery thing going on. I'm definitely saving those gigantic trees for the last thing to do in the cut block, because they are so big and so ridiculous. And I'm probably going to leave them in here because, you know, they're funny kind of things to have. I know they're not perfect, they're very glitchy. But, I know some people really wanted big trees, and they present a new kind of funky challenge, as I'm sure we're going to see in the single player series as we go here, but I think it's better to keep those trees as long trees, or like, you know, medium length. I don't know how well they'll do as shorts, so might have to chop them up a little bit there. Chop them up, but not too much. There we go. And I think I'm just gonna kind of keep working across this bank here. And I think I'm just gonna kind of keep laying them kind of up in here-ish, so that when we come to skid them out, it's not going to be a big pain in the butt. Yeah, so multiplayer series is still going on. That'll be I have enough episodes till like February, so that series is going to go till probably about February. And then, yeah, I don't know. Depending on how things go, might be teaming up with some other, some guys again here that I played with to do some other stuff. Or it's the hardest part is trying to get everybody together at the same time. I'd say that's definitely the hardest part of multiplayer of any kind for any game. Just trying to keep everybody on the same schedule. Most of the guys I played with, you know, like 8 o'clock to me is like 1 o'clock in the morning to them, so it's really hard to work with other people's schedules, especially when we all have jobs and lives outside of things, right? If this was the only thing we did, I'm sure it wouldn't be a problem, but it's, yeah, it's a lot of work to try to keep everybody together, so that's why kind of the last one fell apart. Was, I mean, the series went great, we had lots of great guys, lots of recording time, but like I said, everybody kind of got busier, and then once summer picked up, I mean, everybody works the most in summer, so everybody's working away and trying to do this at the same time and manage a family and a life, and yeah, it becomes to the point where you'd have to make this a full-time job to keep up with the timing on it. So not an easy thing to do for a lot of people. So yeah, we just kind of put it on pause, let everybody sort themselves out, and if it works out, maybe we'll get everybody back together for some more multiplayer. Maybe not, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And if not, I might just do smaller crews, you know, just a couple guys, or 2 guys, or 3 guys, instead of those big full-on crews. That way you move a little slower through the map too. I found when I had those really big crews of people, I mean, I would skip a day or 2 from logging just because I was busy in life, and then I'd come back and whole sections of cut blocks and stuff were done, and kind of screwed with the video series a bit because, you know, we'd be missing out on whole sections of stuff that we were working on. I'd start a video where I'd make the first 3 cuts in the cut block, and then, you know, by the time I come back, we're on to like a totally different spot, and I'm like, oh, I missed that, did I? Alright, I think we're gonna stop bunching here for a minute. Maybe clean up some of what we made. I'll make a nice little thumbnail picture for our video, maybe right here. There you go. Gotta have thumbnails, it's YouTube. Who's gonna watch the videos without a thumbnail? Come on now. So, maybe we'll grab our little skidder. You know, I gotta be honest, other than testing, I've never used this skidder, like, at all. Like, testing to make sure it works functionally, that was fine, but I never, ever actually used this thing for towing logs around, really, like, on my own maps and playing. So I'm kind of excited to actually get a chance to use it here. Does that plate actually slide? I can't remember if I did that or not. Oh, it does, look at that. Let's keep that just a little bit low. Alright. So, there you go. There. So now we get to learn how to actually do this, because I have no idea. I think it'll be a lot messier than using the grapple skidder, because the grapple skidder I think is a little more accurate. Sort them out with the loader and stuff, right? Oops. How do I... There we go. I don't even know how to use my own machine. Let's get that blade down there. We can just go around and push them up. There you go, not so bad, eh? Oops, I missed one. Oh well, we can fix that. We'll just grab it on the way. See, the one thing I do like about this line skidder is that if a grapple skidder came along, you'd have to like bunch all these up together before you can make a grab. But on this guy, you can literally just grab them wherever they are. It doesn't matter. I like that. Just gives you a little bit more freedom when you're logging. Might not be as clean, but definitely gives you more freedom. See, and then we cinched it up with this one. We can just kind of hook onto there as well. And like I said, definitely not as clean, like the logs are not butted up as nicely as they are when I'm doing the other one, but so I can just kind of drag them in here as close as I can. Drop that, put that blade down there. And then hopefully we can kind of push them up nicely here. Definitely think these logs are still heavy logs because I've been pushing them with the skidder. I'm like, uh-oh. They're practically like paperweight in the other one, so. Alright. So not only that, but the this skidder gives you a lot more versatility if you're in a lot shittier environment too. Like if you're pulling them out of a hole, or if you got like a really weird angle. A lot of the times that grapple skidder was just like, forget it. There's no way you're getting them in there. But this one, no problem. I mean, you do still have to get out of the machine. But it's not like we're actually doing real labor work here, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, oops. I mean, I like the, sorry. I like the grapple skidder just as much as I like this thing. Like, I like them both, to be honest. I don't think there's any one kind that I prefer over the other, because I can use them all pretty much effectively, but this one's definitely pretty fun. Oops, did I push that whole pile back? Oh, man. first person action here. There we go. Now I can slide that bunk right up there. This view's a little easier. Oh man. Trying to get crafty here. Alright, maybe we should process some of this before we start hauling anymore, because we're getting kind of a pile here. We're gonna run out of room for the processor. Alright, so we'll just park bad boy here for a minute. And then maybe we'll grab the processor. Oh, actually we're gonna grab the logging truck. Oh yeah, so this is that, show you that real quick. This is the new riser dangle loader. So, I know the body details aren't really that pretty. I might do some more stuff just to kind of give it some look. It's pretty plain Jane Tonka truck looking right now. But like I might add some logos or some spots there. I don't know. I got some plans in motion. But anyway, I made it at least functional for the time being. All these leg supports actually work really well. They lift the legs or the feet off the ground just a little bit, which is pretty realistic, kind of like our LeBaire at the mill. It's about the same way, where it just barely lifts them off the ground so that the tires basically will spin. So just enough to not make traction so that you can support yourself. Like I said, it does have a high up cab, so you can raise and lower. You can raise and lower the supports. Supports go up, supports go down, which are actually quite nice. The cab is kind of cool. Like I said, it's really nice for unloading trucks. Like I said, when you're traveling, you keep her down, and then once you actually start unloading trucks, you can raise her way up in the air up here. It gives you kind of more visibility for your whole boom and your arm. It's a really nice kind of a sectional deal. This thing I'm probably going to release in November, which won't be too far away. Probably sometime in the middle of November. I imagine Patreons will give it to them for some testing, but I've done quite a bit of testing now and it seems to be working quite nice. I just got to make the machine look a little bit prettier, and then she'll be good to go. Again, this is the first dangle head that I've ever made for this game that actually works really well. You'll see lots of examples of that here coming up as we start to do some logging, but for short logs, this thing is absolutely incredible for grabs and dumps, so we'll be grabbing and dumping into this pile. So yeah, I'm just going to leave this guy kind of camped out here until we get our trucks loaded up and bringing them up here. But the reason I wanted to come up here at all was I wanted to grab this logging truck. And I wanted to determine what we're going to do. So we have two options available to us. We can either try to run like 4 to 5 meter logs and fill 3 bunks, or we can split it and then do, I don't know what it takes, probably like 8 meter logs on the back and front. So what I'm going to do is when we get there, I'm going to process a couple pieces of wood and then just see which one's better. I honestly think it'll be better if we do just 2 bunks, because I think it'll be less glitchy physics if we use 2 bunks as opposed to doing 4 meters logs with full bunks. But I don't know, what we're going to explore here and find out. So we got a little bit of travel time to do here. Hopefully by the time this video comes out, or maybe as this video comes out, I don't know, we'll figure out a plan. We should have the this map here released, I'm hoping. And this trailer's a little buggy when we're emptying it. Where's the truck? It's probably the truck. Probably just flooring it a little too hard up this mountain, but we should be alright. Gotta really hammer on those Jake brakes to get up this hill, contrary to popular belief, eh? So yeah, we should be just around this corner, and then just into that drop, I think, is where we first start cutting. It's a really cool map. There's lots of areas to log. It's a very busy map. Ah, here we are, down in the little hole here. So maybe what I'll do is get myself turned around here first. Looks like we have a lot of space for that, so that's good. Oops, I need to learn how to back up again. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to park this guy flat here for a minute. I think we're just going to stick to 2 bunks for now, just because it'll be better for performance, I think. And then maybe if we get cocky later, we can add more bunks to it. So what I need to figure out is, what are these bunks best for? I think 8, maybe 7, so we'll try a 7 and see how it looks here. Alrighty. So let's try a 7, see how that goes. Let's just drop that for now. I think a 7 will do it, guys. Yep, 7 there and a 7 there. Alright, so we're going to cut to 7s. That's what we're going to do. 7 meters. So I don't know if I can get 2 7s out of these trees or not, but we're going to find out here. Oh yeah, for sure. We're starting to get a little bit of frame rate drop here. It's kind of annoying, but that's how it goes. Could be machines, it could just be my computer being a wang too. Anything's possible. I'm definitely not a fan of frame rate drops, but then again, you know who the hell is, right? Alright, so it looks like we're coming up on the end of my video here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave this processor here for the time being. So once we fire up the next video, yeah, it'll be easy peasy. We can just keep processing, and everything shall be groovy, man. I think that'll work, hey? And yeah, like I said, the 7s should be perfect. I've never tried to pick up 7s with that that new riser loader dangle thingy, so that'll be a fun experiment for us. We got a lot of trees to cut here, so, and it looks like we got a lot more to cut out here, so we'll just kind of keep moving up this little block here. Where's my map? Finds a map. Let's make a plan here. So right now, the map is lying to us a little bit, because obviously I am not there. I'm like over here. My maps are always a little bit off. That's okay though. Let's get rid of that. There we go. So our machines are kind of like right in here. Our bunchers up on the hill over here. So we can kind of cut out this whole piece right here. Maybe even going down here by the lake. Yeah. Just kind of cut this whole section out. If we can, we'll see what we can come up with. And there's lots of big, crazy areas to go to next here, so. Alright, cool. So I'm going to put a stop on this video, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.